JobPro gives you the ability to make phone calls throughout the system and to also create logs of those phone calls in the communications module. There's a couple of methods for making phone calls. One of them is where you'd use the well-known Asterisk open source Mac and Windows software, where you'd install that on your own server and basically set up like a proper phone system where you'd have a VoIP phone on your desk and you can use that within JobPro. Alternatively, you can use Skype as well. So if we go into setup first of all, click on communications and then go into phone and SMS. And in here we need to specify that when we create a phone call to dial using either Asterisk or Skype. So let's select Skype. You'll also need to set up a Skype account on Skype.com, and depending on who you're calling, you'll need to add some credit to that Skype account. You can also use Skype for sending SMS messages. That's covered in a separate video tutorial. So let's take a look at creating a phone call from the companies module. So you could pull up a company or a customer. You can also do it from contacts, anywhere that there's a phone number appearing on the screen. So when you click on the little icon, we click on dial phone, we can see then that it's interacting with Skype, and now it's ringing in Skype on our computer. One of the options in setup is that when you create a phone call, that first of all it creates a log of that call, and secondly that you can also have the log open up automatically on screen. So it's ideal for sales use and things like that, where you're making phone calls to people, let's say in the inquiries module, and you also want to log details of those phone calls. So if we go back into home, then into setup, and back into the phone and SMS setup, we can specify here that either A, yes, we want to create a log of the phone call, but we also want to enter in notes during the call, so display the new log on screen. And the next time then we make a phone call, which we'll just hang up on this call, but it'll create the log anyway, and you can put in some notes. And we can go back to the company record by clicking on the link here. And we can see then any relevant communications, in this case phone calls that we've made to this company and contact, if there's a contact relevant to the screen. When you're making international phone calls using Skype, you may need to play around with the settings in Skype just in relation to the using the country codes and those sort of areas relating to the phone numbers. Also, if we go into Skype, we can see then a history of the calls that we've just called there today. So that covers using JobPro to use Skype for making phone calls.